welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So today, we're going to be talking about Nola is staying in Philadelphia. But before we go into it, if you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button, make sure to ring that notification bell, so you guys will not miss any new videos and or live streams. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. What's going on, Phillies Nation? So, Nola is here to stay for the next 7 years with the Philadelphia Phillies. I think overall, when you look at this contract, it's 7 years, $172, which kind of, we look at the AAV, which is how much he's going to get paid per season, which is about 24.5, just slightly over 24.5. But if you want to go 25 million a year, either way, I think it's a complete steal for, I guess, what Nola is kind of worth now. Like I said, there's a lot of things that really kind of played a factor of what Nola was looking for. Yeah, I mean, earlier before the season started, I was looking for somewhere like a 5-6 year deal, somewhere around the 200 million range. But that really put a halt on that before the season started. And Nola, at the time, a lot of Phillies fans like myself kind of thought he was going to be a little bit greedy. So obviously they kind of paused the contract extension talks, because technically he wouldn't be an unrestricted free agent until the end of this upcoming season in 2024. So they did exercise his club option, gave him a 7-year deal, like I said, for $172, about 24.5, about 25 million in that age range, or that AAV range. But Nola, yes, and now I know Nola at times has been under scrutiny a little bit because of last year giving up a lot of homers, especially in second in the National League, I think. I think with 30, 31, give or take, because I know Lance Lane was kind of worse. But when you look at his regular season numbers in 2023, yes, the one thing that really does jump out is his ERA. Nola's the kind of guy that will give you, or is the kind of guy, when you look at his ERA, now, yes, the only time he always had like a lower ERA in, like, to say the mid-2s is probably, 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. But Nola, career-wise, is a career 3+, give or take. Because he's not the kind of guy that will blow away with a lot of stuff. He'll occasionally touch 95, 96 on a good day. But I think overall, Nola getting $172, like I said, it's a steal. Because when you look at how this offseason was playing out with Nola drawing, there was a couple teams that were, quote, drawing interest with him. One in particular was the Atlanta Braves, and the other was the St. Because obviously the Braves were still looking for in the pitching market. And same with the St. Louis Cardinals. And the St. Louis Cardinals pitching was not the greatest this year. So like I said, and Dombrowski, while doing some negotiations with Nola and his agent, earlier in the season, that the Phillies, Nola and his camp were looking for around a 6-year deal, like slightly over 200 million. I think 210. I think it was. So let me know in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong or not, because I'm not entirely too sure what the entire number was. But the Phillies and Dombrowski were kind of looking for, I'll say, about a 5-year, about $150, give or take. But they kind of did really meet in the, kind of say we slightly meet in the middle, and settled with a 7-year, 172 mil, giving like an annual AAV of 24.5 or at least 25 million a year, which, to Nola's credit, I think I would seem a little bit lower with Nola, just because, of how he kind of performed in the regular season a little bit. I know his regular season wasn't the greatest. I would say it was okay, but it really brought his value down just a tad. But like I said, I'm not really complaining. But overall, when you look at his numbers in the regular season, went 12-9 with a 4.46 ERA. Yes, I know that jumps off the page a little bit, but yeah, I know this year he kind of got rocked a little bit, especially by the long ball. With the regular season whip of 1.15, I do think that he's got to be working on that. And with Nola, and in particular, the biggest thing, not besides the long ball was his biggest bugaboo, was also the pitch clock. And over time, or throughout the entire year, he's starting to figure that out, learning to get quicker. And then surprisingly, put up another 200 strikeout type of season, because that's what Nola can do. I know there's going to be some Phillies fans probably saying, oh, this looks bad, it's going to be a waste of money, and yada, yada, yada. quite honestly, sometimes I just don't think you don't really understand how contracts really work. Now, from the eye test, is he really just worth over just slightly over $170? Probably not. I would say probably in the 150 to 165 range, give or take, for me. But like I said, I'm not going to complain that he got a 7-year, $172. But I think another thing too that what really kind of changed my look on Nola was this year in the postseason. Now, yes, that one start was a little bit rocky, sure, which was eventually going to happen nonetheless, regardless though. But so far in the postseason that he's pitched in, 4 starts, went 3-1 with a 2.35 ERA and 23 innings pitched, strikeout 23, basically roughly equating about a strikeout per inning, and also puts up a 0.96 WHIP. Honestly, I thought, obviously with Nola last year and the year prior, in the postseason was kind of still green / rusty when he, and also the experience did show a little bit that Nola never pitched in the postseason, so he kind of really worked on that and actually put up some solid numbers overall. But when you look at his career numbers as a whole during his time, since he's been here since 2015, has pitched in 235 games with a 90 and 71 win-loss record, a career ERA of 3.72. Like I said, he's the kind of guy that's mid to high threes because he's a contact guy. He's a contact pitcher. Like I said, with occasional times we'll hit 95, 96 on a good day. With a 1,422 innings pitched under his belt, with almost 1,600 strikeouts at 1,582, a career whip at 1.13. Yeah, and like I said, going back to my point earlier with Nola was the fact that, yeah, he gives up some hard contact. He's the kind of guy that will last 5, sometimes 4 innings. Well, if it's a bad start, sometimes 4. Usually good starts is usually mostly, if you're going to get like a decent night out of him, it's usually 5 innings. But good night usually you'll see 6, 7, sometimes 8, depending on how good he can be. But when we look at his career postseason numbers, it says pitched in 9 games with a 5-3 record, 3.70 ERA, and 48 2/3 innings pitched, with 50 strikeouts to a 1.15 WHIP. So yeah, I know it's not really, when you look at it from the face value perspective of this 7-year deal from Nola, was the fact that it's not really overpay per se, but I know the years it's a little bit too much for a lot of people's likings, myself included. But like I said, most Phillies fans, we're not complaining, but we're glad to have him back, just because I think Nola is really brings what this rotation needs. He's a solid number 2 when you really look at it at the end of the day. But yeah, man, what do you guys think of Nola receiving a 7-year deal worth $172? Let me know what you guys' thoughts in the comment sections down below. And with that being said, if you guys are new, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to ring that notification bell. And that being said, thanks for watching, and I am out.